finding the percent and then also finding the total, which is the of. We're going to be using the same formula that we used for quiz 9, which is over of equals percent over 100, or part over total equals percent over 100. All right, so we're going to do a few examples. All of these examples involve finding the percent. On this quiz, you're going to be finding both the percent and finding the of. So half and half. First example is 15% is 15 is what percent of 200? So again, it's a three-step process. Step 1 is to set it up. So 15 is the is. The next thing we have is the what percent. So we don't know the percent. So we'll put that over here. It's unknown. Over the 100. And the last thing we have is of 200. So 200 will go over here because the of goes here. So that's our step 1. Step 2, cross multiply. So we get 15 times 100, which is 1500, equals 200 times n. 200n. Now, if you remember from the last quiz, anytime you have something being multiplied by the n, to get the answer, you have to divide by it to get n all by itself. So we're going to divide by 200, and whatever we do to the one side, we do to the other side. Divide by 200. So these 200s cancel, these zeros can cancel, and n will equal whatever 15 divided by 2 is. Okay, so 2 goes into 15 7 times, with 1 left over. Put your decimal point and a 0. Bring it down. 2 goes into 10 5 times. Nothing left over. Now, there's one thing missing off of this answer. Because you're being asked to find the percent, you must have a percent sign on your answer. So n equals 7.5%. Do not forget the percent sign if I'm asking for the percent. Okay, let's move to the second example. What percent of 25 is 10? So again, step 1, let's set it up. We have our two fractions. We'll plug the 100 in right away. First thing we notice is missing is the percent. So that's our unknown. The next thing we have is of 25, so 25 goes in the denominator, is 10. So 10 will go up here. So that's our step 1. Step 2, cross multiply. So 25, it doesn't matter which one you do first. 25n equals 100 times 10 is 1,000. Right, so 25 times n, that's 25n equals 1,000. So again, whatever the n is being multiplied by, we want to divide both sides by it. So divide by 25, divide by 25. N's will cancel out, or 25 will cancel out, and n equals, well, let's figure out what that is. 25 goes into 100 4 times. 4 times 25 is 100. Bring down the 0. 25 goes 0 times into 0. Finish it up if you want. So n equals 40%. Again, don't forget the percent. Why? Because we're being asked for what percent. All right, the last example is 7.1 is what percent of 30. So let's do our 3 steps again. 7.1, that's our is. We don't know the percent, that's our unknown. And of is 30. Okay, so we're going to cross multiply. So 30n equals, we need to figure out what 7.1 times 100 is. If you remember, when you multiply something by 100, you can recopy the number up here, add 2 zeros, and then figure out where your decimal point goes. In this case, we have 1 decimal point, so it goes here. So 710. Okay, so that was our cross multiply. That was step 2. Step 3, we want to divide both sides by what's attached to the end. All right, now I can tell you that 3 is not going to divide evenly in there, so this particular problem we're going to round to the nearest tenth. On the quiz, I will tell you to round it if it doesn't come out evenly. All right, so let's figure out how many times 3 will go into 71. Okay, so 3 goes into 7 twice. That's 6. Subtract to get 1, bring down the 1. 3 goes into 11 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract to get 2. Now because we're rounding, we need to put a decimal point and a 0 and bring it down. 3 goes into 28 times. 8 times 3, no, I'm sorry, 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract, we get 2. Now, we do need to have 1 more 0 so we can appropriately round. 3 goes into 20 again 6 times. It's going to be a repeating decimal. But at this point, you have enough to round properly. So rounded to the nearest tenth, you're going to use this 6. It's enough to round that 6 up. So our answer is 23.7, and again, percent. Don't forget the percent. Remember that I explained that this squiggle means approximately equal to. It means that we rounded the number. Okay, part 2 coming next.